All right, so I got on Twitter and I got on my Instagram. And if you don't know what those are, you can go to myavaadams.com. Link right here, see if you can't spell. And also I will have all my social media at the end of the video. But anyways, back to where I was. I took to my Twitter and I took to my Instagram and I told y'all to ask me some questions. So I'm gonna read some of them. Once again, there was some good ones and there were some not so good ones. Granted, that's an opinion, I know, but let's get to it. I'm gonna start with Twitter. I liked these, so I'm gonna go from last to first liked. Okay. Any public appearances when normalcy starts to kick in again? I think I've mentioned before that I get claustrophobic. I get weird in crowds. Conventions are really my thing because the problem is that a lot of people get really handsy and it kind of creeps me out, I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of wish there was a way for me to meet my fans in a more normal setting. I don't know how, but yeah. So I don't know. Conventions are not for me. I'll just say that. Who is your best friend in the industry? So all of my best friends are actually outside of the industry. There's actually only a handful of people I talk to on a regular basis in the industry. And those people are James Dean. I don't know if you guys know the story how Nikki Benz and I were together when LA basically shut down. So we have this weird like pandemic bond and we've gotten to know each other a lot more, I would say, in the past year or two, and we've gotten a lot closer and I love hanging out with her and I love talking to her on the phone. She's probably the person I talk to the most honestly right now. And I'm actually hanging out with her soon and I cannot wait because I haven't seen her since the pandemic, so I'm super excited. And then Rochelle Ryan's another girl that I absolutely adore. She's really sweet. I actually talked to Abigail Mack not that long ago. I think she's awesome too. I don't really talk to her as much, but I've always liked her. Bridget B was one of the first girls I met in the industry, and she's always been awesome towards me. So I would say those are the ones that I keep in touch with on a more regular basis. Are you a virgin? Really? Really? Did you write that with a straight face? Do y'all see what I mean by not so good questions now? Okay. Hi Ava, how are you? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I hope you are too. Have you watched The Big Bang Theory? Thoughts on it? No. I actually never got into Big Bang Theory. I've never watched it. To be completely honest, I just don't watch a lot of shows in general. So I think at the time when that was big, I just wasn't really watching TV. So I never got around to watching it, but I've heard good things. Any chance of you attending Exotica New Jersey? Unfortunately, probably not. Exotica is definitely not my thing. And I'm going to be completely upfront with Exotica. They're cheap. They expect us to show up for free and like pay for our own hotels and stuff, and it's ridiculous. And here's the thing, like if I go to a convention, I don't want to have to make my fans buy anything. Like I would love to just be able to show up and sign 8x10s or sign whatever they bring. I don't want to have to sell merch. I don't want to carry merch. I just want to show up and meet my fans and that's it, take pictures, and I don't want to charge for pictures or any of that bullshit. And I explained that to them. So I was like, I expect my flight and hotel covered, and that's pretty much it. Like I wasn't asking for a lot. But yeah, so that's why you won't see me there. What are your summer plans? Well, I am super excited because I actually have some vacays plans. The first one being I'm meeting up with Nikki in Vegas. By the time you see this, it will have already happened. By the time you see this, I may have already been to the DR, the Dominican Republic. I'm so excited about that because I've never been. What else? Concerts and sporting events are back, so expect that. We're going to go see friends in Austin. Disney is going to be a little later on. Disney's not going to be until September. I am trying to plan one more trip, but I'm not sure where yet. So I'm going to get back to you on that. You are looking beautiful. Did your breasts are real? No, but they're really expensive. Actually, they're not that really expensive because I got them done in Texas, and they're a lot more affordable in Texas than like New York or California. And I think we have better doctors out here for the most part. But that's just me. There are some good doctors out there, don't get me wrong, but I think Texas has some really great doctors, and you get a really good bargain out here. Do you have a Funko Pop collection? If so, which one is your favorite? You don't watch my channel. You're probably not even gonna watch this. I think I've talked about my Funko Pops a lot. I have quite a decent Funko Pop collection. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like amazing collection like some of these people. I have a lot of Funko Pops actually. Yeah, I have some Star Wars, I have some Marvel, tons of Nightmare Before Christmas, Disney. I don't know, would you guys want me to do a video dedicated to all my Funko Pops? Comment down below. What's your favorite memories of the 90s? The 90s. I was pretty young in the 90s. That was like when I got my driver's license. So obviously that's huge. That's when, you know, like I started going, like getting dropped off and going to shows. And music was a big part of that. So, gosh, there's a lot of good memories. I would probably say driving around in my car with my friends, like felt so cool and like grown up because we could like do what we wanted, you know, as long as we were home by a certain time. But I think it was that freedom of you're still you're not a kid anymore, but you're not quite an adult. You're in that in-between stage, but it's pretty cool. So probably like listening to music and driving around with my friends. Saw your protein shake blender mixer. Looks very high-end digital. Looking to buy. What's the brand name and the price range? It was either the Vitamix or it was the Ninja. So if it's the Ninja, it's like the 200 range. If it's the Vitamix, it's like 400. So I don't know which one it was. I'm sorry. I have two blenders. They're both really good though. Just an FYI. Hey Ava, big fan of yours. What your biggest challenge has been so far and how you were able to overcome it? I figured you didn't want only porn related questions. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think for me, I mean, I've had lots of challenges in life. I mean, there's so many. I don't even know which one to pick, but I don't know if this is a challenge, is more of like this was a really difficult period in my life, was the time after my father passed away. And I was one of those people that kind of just like tried to keep myself busy and work, and that wasn't the right thing to do because a few months later it just hit me really hard. And I mean, it's something that I'm still not over. Like, I don't think you ever get over that. But that was really hard for me because I felt like now I have to take care of my mom because my dad's not here, you know. So for me, that was a big challenge. Being a single mom is a big challenge. Then there's the small challenges, like just trying to navigate toward like day-to-day stuff, and then being judged because of my job, which is complete bullshit. So I don't know if I've overcome that last one quite yet because there's still some judgmental assholes in this world. But I have to say, I have an amazing support group. I have the best friends in the world. Like, I really do. I don't think I would be as strong as I am if it weren't for having, like, my family and my group of friends that I consider, like, they're like family. So I think that kind of helps me navigate towards this crazy thing we call life. And I think that's important. You just need a good support system no matter what your challenge is. You can't face it alone, and I think that was probably one of the biggest things for me to realize because I'm very independent and I hate asking for help. And I have realized lately that it's okay to ask for help. Actually, you should. So yeah, that was a really good question. I enjoyed that one, actually. Thank you. Do watch sports? And if so, who do you support? It says do watch sports, by the way. It doesn't say do you watch sports. So just That wasn't me. Okay, so just in case you don't know, I love basketball. I absolutely love baseball. Not a fan of football, not a fan of soccer, not a fan of MMA, not a fan of boxing. I love the Astros. Yeah, take that. Be a sore loser about it. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Dodgers fans, Yankees fans, whatever. I honestly don't care. I will always love the Astros, and if you have a problem with that, I don't really care, actually. I really don't. It is what it is, I'm just sick of seeing it on social media. It's so annoying. Especially since most of y'all are hypocrites, but we won't go into that. I also love the Rockets. It's challenging to be a Rockets fan right now. I'm not gonna lie. But I always support I support my Houston teams. It is what it is. I do have players on other teams that I enjoy watching play, but I don't necessarily like their team. Obviously the Rockets are not in the playoffs right now, but we have some former Rockets, and we have some guys that I feel like really deserve a ring, and it's really hard for me to pick who I want to win in the playoffs, so that's a whole other video. Have you ever carried on after a scene and wanted more? Well, duh. Yeah, it happens. Have you ever carried on after meeting someone? Yeah, that's just part of life, right? What suggestion would you like to give to those who are willing to enter the adult industry? Willing is a very good word. Let me tell you right now, be prepared for backlash galore. Just know that it's something you really want, because don't just come in here and make 2 or 3 movies and then get the hell out. Make a career for yourself, make a name for yourself, do something, or it's not worth it, I don't think. Next, ever felt regret for joining the adult industry? Honestly, I have not. I know that sounds weird with everything I have just said, but honestly, I have no regrets. I think it's made me a stronger person. I think it's allowed me to live the kind of life that I want. It's allowed me to provide for my family. It's allowed me to fulfill fantasies on camera in a safe environment. I honestly have no regrets, and I know people expect a sob story because they hear these sob stories, but no, absolutely no fucking regrets, like Madonna once said. Can I show you India if you have any plans of visiting India in the future? That is very nice of you, but if I do ever visit India, I would probably not announce it, because I'm not going to meet somebody off the internet. Sorry, that just doesn't sound good, especially in a foreign country. What was your best travel, and what do you seek when you travel? Landscapes, monuments, and culture. Okay. I absolutely love traveling, and I have 2 different travel things. I like the travel on the beach in the Caribbean and sit on my ass and do nothing. And then I love visiting historical landmarks. I love learning about culture. So it's kind of like a mixture of the 2, depending on how much time I have and what my mood is, if that makes sense. What was your inspiration for doing the House of Addams YouTube channel? I kind of started this channel because I was bored. I felt like my job was very repetitive, and I was just doing the same things over and over and over, and it was just not exciting anymore. I don't know, I just felt like it was the same thing all the time, and I just wanted something more creative, and I kind of also wanted to show y'all a different side of me, to be like, hey, there's more to me than just that. And I think it's a good way to show you my personality, and you get to know me better, that you don't get, in those scenes where I'm playing a character, or even if I'm not, it's just such a minuscule part of who I am, and all these people think they know me or know how I feel because of that, what they've seen. And I think the ones that watch my YouTube channel probably have a better idea of who I am. So, but yeah, I started it more as for fun, and I can't believe it's grown this much. I'm still in awe, and I love you guys for that. I accidentally deleted it, but it said something about, why did you stop shooting videos in the gym? I currently don't have a gym membership. I currently just work out at home, It's kind of hard to film the stuff at home. I mean, a lot of times I do my Peloton and I can't really film that, or I do the mirror workouts. I can't really film that. I guess I could do like the band workouts or the free weights. I just haven't gotten around to it, but is that something y'all would want to see maybe? How many photos do they ask you per day? Now, I don't know if you're talking about fans or like if I'm on a set. I don't get asked for photos every day, but sometimes I get asked for 0 photos. Sometimes I get asked for 1, 2, 3. The most I've ever, I mean, besides the convention, was probably like, I got recognized like, it was like 5 or 6 times when I was in Mexico. Now, if I'm doing a shoot, it's usually anywhere from like 100 to like 600 pictures. And of course, they don't use all those, but it just depends. Have you ever felt jealous for not being a male? No. Honestly, no. I can't say no. Have I been curious about what it's like to be a male? Yes, but no, never jealous, no. I love being a girl.